Hold on a minute.
What?
Hold on. I didn't even get the audio ready. We're gonna do it. We're doing it right now.
Okay.
We're doing it raw.
We're doing
it raw.
You guys ready? We're running it raw tonight. Show intro. Yeah, fuck it. We're doing it.
We're raw dogging it right now.
Where's the ball? We're raw dogging it right now. Jesus Christ.
Free balling.
And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut, it's Chris Burns, it's Chris Lynch, this is Dysfunction Junction.
On a very special Dysfunction Junction, we celebrate the life and the times, the long life and the crazy times. A century of Chris Lynch. As this is his birthday week. Look, 53, 100, same. Doesn't matter.
Whatever.
We welcome you to this very special edition of Dysfunction Junction.
Fuck you.
Fuck yeah.
Chris Burns, Chris Lynch, producer Big Herm, Michael P.S. Herman. Show the cake real quick before I give him his present. Slide. There you go. Look at that. That's a cake special for Lynch with all the candles for every year he's been alive.
Yeah,
and I have we have a very special announcement to make for your birthday. Somebody very special in the comment section is here.
You're coming out?
I became a grandfather today.
Nice.
Yes.
What? Wait, what?
What?
Yes. If I became a grandfather, in a true story, that makes Lynch the god grandfather in the family now.
Something.
I hope we're talking four-legged friend or something.
Sure.
My new grandson, Ozzy, has arrived. And he has a very small black and white cat that Emma picked up today. And
all right, because you just gave me I'm almost 100. You're going to give me a fucking heart attack.
Jesus.
Not only
I'm like,
did
all right, whoa. I was like, what gun am I going to bring with me? Do I need to bring them all? One?
You know, bring as many as you think you need. It's like going on a trip. You pack for 7 days, but you got 9 days worth of clothes. You never know.
All right.
I knew you'd have some sort of reaction, and the paleness on your face right now as we wait for the color to return, amazing.
Good times.
Amazing.
Good times. Thanks for giving an old man a heart attack.
No problem. Join the club. It's a fun time. We have cake on Thursdays. So, yeah, a little Ozzy is a new part of the family. The naming process was interesting when she told me about the cat. We're coming up with names, and I came up with a couple, and then she went completely east of where we were talking. So there was Leroy, there was Licorice. That was mine, Licorice. And of course, you have to add Jones Jr. the Third to everything. But an hour or two later, I got the message. Please welcome Ozzy Lucifer Burns to the family.
Oh,
perfect name.
Original. I bet there's no animals. Nobody else has named any animal Ozzy in the last month ever anywhere else on Earth.
But a 17-year-old. Let's give her credit. Let's give her some credit. I know a 38-year-old who works 2 doors down from me who got his brand new Ozzy tattoo, and I'm like, a little too soon, bro. Let that body stiffen a little bit.
Oh, Ozzy been stiff for years.
That's a good point. That's
I'm pretty sure by the time he died, he was just like a Muppet or a special effect.
There was Jeff Dunham.
Man.
Jeff Dunham was sitting behind that chair during the concert, working his buttons.
Yeah. Hand up his ass and all.
Oz, all you got to do is sing. I'll do the rest. I'm wondering if the cat sang "Mama, I'm coming home."
Mama, I'm coming home.
But it's Lynch's birthday, so Lynch, we're just going to riff off whatever you want to talk about. So if you got something great.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. We're on the show.
Can I steal a line from Herm real quick? Nigga
Sure.
had 5 days to think about this. And this is what
forgot.
we're doing.
I just
I
gotta
forgot.
do-
I'm old.
Today is my 5-year anniversary of being an official ordained minister.
There
Well,
you go.
Congratulations there, Father Herm.
That's right.
Minister of Meat.
The Reverend.
That's right.
The Reverend Herm.
The Minister of Meat. The Bishop of Brisket. The Pope
The-
of Pork.
The Pontiff of Pork.
Oh, my God. Have you ever cooked a duck before?
Hamburger City. Anyway,
The Deacon of Duck.
5 years. 5 years. That's crazy.
I'll go
I
through
was
the whole...
thinking about doing it. I was thinking
Go
about
ahead.
doing that. I was
So
thinking
was
about being
I.
ordained.
That's a good
Just to
couple
cut-
extra $100 every summer.
Yeah. Marry
Do you kiss? Let's eat.
Yeah, you get yourself a couple good gigs and on a
Now,
nice summer's evening.
For you in Connecticut, you end up having to do it, and then you end up having to buy like what's called the credentials kit because it's required in Connecticut. Like I have a, they send you your clergy, like your official clergy, like have a clergy card, like you can get into pretty much anywhere as a member of clergy.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. One of the reasons why I want to do it.
You need to get into the hospital or something. Like, look, I'm here on a mission. I'm on a mission from God.
Mission from God.
And that's basically I literally just walk and be like, I'm on a mission from God, and showed him the card, and that was it. But for you guys in Connecticut, when I was doing it, you need the kit, and you have to fill stuff out, and you have to show your certain paperwork. Here in Colorado, that's not required. You're required to be ordained in order for, and if it turns out down the road you weren't, then all bets are off. But I don't actually have to go out and get new credentials proving that I can do it here in Colorado. That's it. Like, you can just do it. There's no bullshit. So I didn't even have to get new documents when I moved. But yeah, it's like $170 for the kit, and then literally it's like your clergy card, and with it But yeah.
If I do a wedding, though, I want my own
literally,
entrance music.
literally, the whole thing is like, I'm on a mission from God, and I need to speak to them right now. I need to get in. And then usually the first thing, I'm sorry, Father, and that's it. That and the fucking collar, you could go anywhere, bro. So, Father,
He's abusing the system.
Black, swear to God, a shirt with the fucking collar and the card, and like, but I have to. I have to get into this football game because there's somebody here. I'm on a mission from God, and that's it. That's why I need to get into the skyboxes. God is closer to God. See, and then,
I will wait to see how that works out for you.
It's worked for a few things. I don't know if I'm getting into I don't know if I'm like getting in to see the Pope or anything, but it's worked to like get me into a couple of this or that. Nothing crazy.
Colorado,
a small amount. What's a little tiny bit of power if you can't abuse a little tiny bit of it?
Colorado man arrested in Invesco Field trying to give prayer to the Broncos.
Yeah. Hey, y'all niggas paid Tim Tebow for that shit. I'm doing it for free. That's all I'm saying.
Guys, you're 2-10. There's no chance at the playoffs. Can we pray for next season?
Tim Tebow was doing it as a side job while they were paying him to actually throw passes, which he wasn't doing. So I figure if I do it for free, nobody.
You look like a fucking hero.
I could be
right?
like I could be the official team, like spiritual guide.
He's the Deacon of Denver. He's the Bishop of the Broncos.
It'd be the Sherpa.
The father of football.
There you go. All right, Lynch.
Yeah, I'm a member of clergy. Where are the kids at?
Oh my God, he's not Catholic.
I'm just gonna say I'm not denominational, so you ain't got to worry about that.
Catholicism. It's not only for dinner anymore.
I was gonna say it's not just for breakfast anymore.
Catholicism. It's the other white meat.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, Father. Did that hurt?
Taking the term "young and tender" to a whole new level.
Jesus Christ.
Yo, man, I'm sorry. I had to. I saw the joke and I had to. What?
I got a question. All right, so you guys are all of an age where you've been working for a while. You've got some pretty good years of work experience under your goddamn belt, right?
Yep.
You've worked places. All right.
I've done things.
You've done things. I did some things.
Go places and do things.
How many times have you ever been persuaded to just walk the fuck out of a job because another employee has a fucking problem with a manager and starts, and they're like, fuck this. Like, and when have you ever Jerry Maguire'd anybody? Has it ever happened? I mean, think about it. Has it ever happened?
Have I ever just said fuck this and walked out of a job?
Like right there on the spot, like just on the spot out of the blue because someone said that like somebody else had a fucking problem. Never, right? It's never happened, right? Has it ever happened? Like, has anybody else ever done it? Like, have you seen it?
The closest I've seen it happen, but the closest I've ever come was I put in my 2 weeks notice, and the owner of said company was being a shithead one day, and I just never came back. I worked 3 days of my 2 week notice.
Nobody's ever been like your point, and when you were like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here. Let's all fucking get out of here."
Look, you just made Lynch fucking rage quit.
But nobody left with you, and you've never left with anybody who's ever done that.
No.
You know what I mean? Okay.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
I thought you rage quit.
Right? Rage quit. I thought it was a gimmick. So, all right. So nobody's ever seen another employee be like, "Fuck this place.
I have.
I'm out of
Twice.
here." Well, yeah. But then you've gone too.
Oh, no.
All right. We've all seen the fuck this place, but nobody, and almost none of us really know anybody that's ever been like, you know what? You're right. Fuck this place.
I do know people who've done that.
You do, but it's very far and few between. Given the number of people you know and the actual number of people that we know of in the workforce, mathematically, it's the tiniest.
It's
fraction.
very, very small.
All right.
Very small.
Okay.
And I've done it.
All right.
But I was young.
All right. We're going to pivot for a moment.
Okay.
All right. So we've all established that shit doesn't happen. Here's Herm's fucking philosophical question of the day. What the fuck did Lucifer say to the rest of the fucking angels when he rage quit fucking heaven that they all went the fuck with him too?
That's a good question.
And we're not talking about somebody who doesn't know and is a believer. We're talking about somebody talking shit on somebody that had intimate working fucking knowledge of that manager.
Is this going somewhere?
No, it's not. It's proposing a thought on modern day, but it's not. This is exactly where it's going. It's going is, what the fuck did Lucifer have to tell all those other angels to make them rage quit and leave with him, like somebody at your job would have to do to you to make you quit on the spot like that? It was just a philosophical and running in my head. I'm like, you started to think, like, I was like, Jesus Christ. What would it take for somebody to like make me swap out on a manager like that? You'd have to drop some amazingly and have like fucking bullshit in front of you, some serious fucking horrible ass proof, right? That's what it would take for me, for you, or for any of us. What the fuck did he just say till they just walked the fuck off?
So it's interesting that you bring that up, because one of the little topics I wanted to talk about tonight is like societal. You guys know me. I'm
not bashing anybody. This isn't a bash.
No.
At all. This is, if you think about it in the context, think about the way they wrote the story. If that's what happened when they wrote the story, what the fuck did he say? And I know we'll never know, but more along the lines of like, it's like what's on that list?
Right.
It was that whole what's on that list and thinking, and I was like, what the fuck could he have possibly said to make whoever left with him right then and there be like, you know what? We are all out of heaven. We're going to hell.
Go ahead, Lynch.
So it kind of ties into what I would like, some stuff I've been thinking about and ruminating for the last couple months. You guys know me. I like to watch a lot of YouTube stuff or documentaries, and I'm a fan of true crime. I'm a fan of really examining and studying modern society. And what's scaring me the most right now isn't the government, isn't politics. What scares me is that how are we going to fix politics if we can't fix our own little municipalities with how cops behave? If we can't police ourselves, how can we fix the government? If cops, because there's so many cops out there right now who react on their feelings. I just watched a video last night. Guy drove by, flipped the cop the bird. The cop pulled him over with no reason other than the fact that he flipped him the bird and made shit up. And was surprised when he was called to task on it. You can't. And unfortunately, I do it. Everybody's guilty of it. They try to keep their feelings 100% in the mix when it comes to thinking about shit like that. You can't. Just because the cop's feelings were hurt, oh well, that's the job you signed up for. You interface with the public who may have a differing opinion of your job and what you do and how you do your job. It's the same exact thing that's going on in politics. When people who don't educate themselves on exactly how to move through government and how it actually really works and understand the Constitution and all the important amendments that affect you on your day-to-day life, we're never going to fix fucking politics. We got to fix us first. And part of fixing us is fixing police, government, municipalities. All this shit that's going down lately, and it's just like, I don't know if you got, Chris, you've been following this. Long Island auditor was in Groton in the beginning of July. That incident happened right behind my mother's house.
Wow.
That's a new neighborhood back there. Which, kind of scares me that this state cop who's so fucking off the fucking handle is living that close to a family member and other people I know that I give a shit about. My opinion on that, they're both kind of at fault. If you guys don't know the story, just look up Long Island Auditor, Groton Town Police in YouTube. Educate yourself. Watch it. But it's because of behavior like that, when a cop reacts with emotion instead of just following the law. Go with what you know. You have to have a reasonable, articulable suspicion to have any interaction and demand ID. Just walking down the street or driving your car and you get a wild hair across your ass is not a reason to initiate any type of interaction with the public. And the problem the cops have now is if you know your constitutional rights and they say, let me see your ID, and you say, why? You have the right to do
what is your reason for pulling me over?
Why? Or just walking down the street. You look like somebody that might be a drug dealer. Okay. What information do you have that makes you think that? Well, I just got a hunch. You can't. I know more. You can't police on hunches.
Correct. I know more people that dress like thugs that are as clean as a whistle, and I know more people that look like everyday white collar workers who have dealt more drugs than anyone in the history of the world. Looks can be deceiving. How many times as a teenager I would go into some place, long hair, leather jacket, boots with chains on them, yada, 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 and somebody's following me around the store. I can understand why inner city folk, and I'm not going to say any particular race, creed, color, religion, why they feel the way they feel, because I wasn't in there to steal. I was in there to buy, a 6-pack of Coke and a Hit Parader magazine and take my merry ass home. But because I'm dressed the way I'm dressed and the way I looked back then, I instantly became a target. I understand what you're saying. I don't think I ever had a problem with cops per se, except in Ledyard, because Ledyard cops were fucking ignorant back then.
No, they were very, 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 very bad in the 70s, 80s, and into the 90s.
Yep. But my theory on the whole thing is it has to start even below the police department. Everything starts in the home. Maybe not your home or my home or Herm's home or anybody who watches this, their home, but it has to start at home. If you teach people respect from the day they hit the ground running, and that, like you said, operate with logic and fact and not your emotion, then those people grow up to be cops, or they grow up to be lawyers, they grow up to be teachers. And they're putting their nonsense on display.
Well, and here's the problem with it is that do yourself a favor, if you want to waste an hour or two, watch the Civil Rights Lawyer channel on YouTube. And just watch 2 or 3 videos. And you'll see what I'm saying. They don't teach kids how to be cops in college anymore. And then once they're on the force, it's like they don't give a shit about the Constitution. For the most part. There are good cops out there. I watched a video last night when my wife is big into the body camera stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
love that stuff.
And the Explore With Us channel, where they do like murders and real-time crime. It's just that there are very good cops. I watched a very good video where it like exemplifies how a cop should act. Calm, rational, professional. He did get emotional towards a bit of it because it involved a kid, but he kept his feelings aside. And after the interaction, he was like, "This uniform is. I'm grateful to be wearing this uniform, because if I discovered what I found as a civilian, I'd have killed her." It basically is what he said.
On the side of just about any police car, anywhere in these United States, and Kahuna's in the comment section. Good morning, Kahuna, out there in Australia. Make sure you tell Lynch happy birthday at some point. Yeah. Do you have birthdays in Australia, or do you just get like, a boomerang and a free kangaroo when you turn another year older? I don't know.
Koala with the chlamydia.
Dingo took my baby. It says on the side of all these police cars, serving the public since, and then the year that the department was established. I don't think they're serving the public anymore. I've always said it. I grew up in a cop family. Not all cops are assholes, but a lot of assholes seem to become cops. And they see the uniform as, I'm better than you. I'm in charge. No, you're there to serve and protect. You are the duly deputized protector in your area, precinct, squad, what have you. You are not better than me. You just have a badge and a certificate that says, happy birthday, we only get to sing the Leyland Brothers song each year. Good for you. Another song that Lynch hates that I introduced him to. Thank you, Kahuna.
But to tie it to Herm's point about Satan and what did God have to say to Satan or whoever his boss was?
That's another great question.
To say to Satan, it's not hearing the other side out. And Satan, for any faults that he may have had some very valid points into his side of the argument. And there are people that contest that Satan isn't inherently evil. He just went against God. There's a difference. And that's where we are as a society right now. If you don't believe in X, you're a Y.
Like my discussion with my feminist friend today.
And I saw that, and it's great. You can cut and paste out of a fucking Wikipedia page or wherever the fuck she found that. Great, Yeah, I know how to cut and paste too.
But what was my question? So we can be clear.
Right? All right. So Chris posed, what rights have you lost as a woman? And so she copied and pasted all this bullshit of all these things that of executive orders that have been signed. Pause right there. Executive orders can be challenged by the Supreme Court and to the constitutionality of whether that executive order breaks any article of the Constitution. Full stop. Right there. It's already happened. The Supreme Court has said, no, dumbass, you can't do that.
See, he rage quit again. He became a feminist right away. Which I don't mind. I'm somewhat of a feminist myself. Continue, please, sir.
But Trump has already been shot down on some of his executive actions or executive orders. Mm-hmm. The courts are there to test the constitutionality of it. You have to have courts involved in that. That's why they're there. Separation of the powers. They're the legislative branch. That's what they do. That's their job. The Supreme Court, and then the state Supreme Courts, and then the circuit courts that overlook several states within their geographic area. Like the Ninth Circuit Court, the Fourth Circuit Court. They all have a purpose, and they all serve a general region. She hasn't... No. Answer the question. What right have you lost? These are a lot of what-ifs that could happen. Yeah, but this, yeah, but that.
What is the nice buzzword that a lot of my friends on both sides are using? Oh, whataboutism.
Well, what about this? I can what about anything, anybody or anything to death.
I just wanted an answer, and what I got was, no offense to her, she's a very wonderful girl.
She seems pretty articulate.
She is very, very. She's very smart, very. She is knowledgeable, but you danced for however long it took you to cut and paste and type and whatever without answering the question. You haven't illustrated your point. All you're doing is throwing all these BBs into the bucket and watching to see how many of them pop out.
And it's just like I can't operate around logical fallacies. And another perfect case of that is a question was posed, and this is a question a lot of social media influencers and YouTubers use: is why is it if you kill a woman who's pregnant that she could potentially be charged with double homicide? How is that person inside her not a human? And the answer always is, well, people have different viewpoints. Right. But it's still a life. It still has a heartbeat. It's got brain activity. I kill this woman with a baby inside her, I could get charged with double homicide. Therefore, it is a life. And therefore, it completely deflates that argument of a clump of cells. Yes, it is a clump of cells. We're all clumps of cells walking around. We're clumps of cells that have fucking functioning brains and thoughts and can articulate things and make shit. Logic and reason are two of the most unique things that humans have that other animals don't.
How far along was she when the murder happened?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, it does to me. And therein right there is the rub.
You can have that.
Are you the judge adjudicating the case?
I'm just saying, like, people are like, how can that? Because how can that be? How can that be? How can you even? I just posed the question. I just asked it. That's how.
Mm-hmm.
How far along was she when she died?
Mm-hmm.
See, to me, it doesn't make a difference. To me, it doesn't make a difference.
To me, it does. And to be honest, it's got to be real late. Real late.
I'd say third try, easily. Yeah.
If we have to
anything before third try, nah.
If we're putting a limit on it, I would say third trimester. But see what we just did there? We just demonstrated the point that people don't do. Herm posed a counter. I said why, and we agreed.
Well, yeah, but that's all right. Like, they all just want to argue. But that's the thing. Like, so here's the question: more of this. We'd have gone somewhere else and figured it out, and figured out what it took to get to there. But
it's more of this is what we need. This happened in 35 seconds, 45 seconds. If it takes 5 years, it takes 5 years. But figure it the fuck out.
Like some smartass today on WFSB Channel 3's thing, they had the lady who wants to abolish gay marriage, which is already in law. It's written. It's there. It's done. Good. Hear my face. Say good.
Hey, if the gays want to be miserable fucking their whole lives,
exactly.
Let them be. Let them.
Want to fall asleep every night lying next to the person you most want to murder in this world? Fine, do it.
If you want to look at that person sleeping on a pillow at some point in your life, and just things, sleeping peacefully, just them and sleeping, and just if you I should just kill that motherfucker. I would
love to stab that person in the fucking eye right now.
Stab that son of a bitch in their sleep. That's marriage. So I think everybody's entitled to that kind of love rage thing. Yes.
Bingo.
Everybody should get that. Yep.
And I made it a point to say, look, this is already a law. I don't know why people want to repeal it. Everybody, if you want to get married, get married. I don't care. Have fun. Live your life. And then there was the jackass who decided, well, the Bible says, I don't give a fuck what the Bible says. And I'm actually religious. If two men or two women want to get married, good. I've been to my fair share of gay weddings. And you know what? They're the best parties on earth, people.
Awesome. Gay weddings are awesome. When I DJ'd, I loved gay weddings. They spent money. They wanted the best services. Everything was the best. They wanted the best entertainment. They wanted the best music list. They wanted the best food. It was fucking awesome.
But here's the thing. When you go to a wedding with two dudes, you don't know if you're the one catching the garter or the bouquet. You have to really pick your spot on that one because you're never not quite sure how it's going to turn out.
Hey, just go for the middle. Just go for the middle.
I went for the bar. That's where I went. But look, this is what, and again, to your point and to Herm's point, I do believe you, and I say it all the time. Lynch has been there on those chat logs, whether it's the Colchester page or this page. And I'm like, you have no fucking clue how easy this would be if we sat down for a cup of coffee, maybe bring a third party or a fourth party. You bring your guy, I'll bring my guy, we'll do lunch, we'll have a good time. No, they wake up every morning and they want to be pissed off. That's their goal in life. Wake up every morning pissed off. What can I bitch about today? And when I asked that question that Lynch brought up, it was because the people I was aiming at were putting up those Handmaid's Tales pictures. This is how it's going to be on January 21st. We're all going to die. And they're going to send us to camps. And what have you lost? What have you lost? Nothing. Well, I brought it up on the No King's Day. If we had a king, you'd be jailed for having that protest. If we had a king, you wouldn't be allowed out of the house if all these women's rights were being taken away. Go have your protest. I say protest. Have fun. Do your thing. Don't lie. Just don't lie. You were going to say, Lynch.
I forgot my point.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Going back to your point with the not the Handmaid's Tale, the other thing you mentioned. Fuck. It just happened too.
Oh, the woman who wants to repeal gay marriage.
Yes. Oh, according to a lot of social media influencers, that's already happened. That's already a fact. It's already been repealed. But here's my point. You have these fucking talking heads on the left and the right just constantly regurgitating all this stuff and getting people all spun up about it as if it's fact.
Mm-hmm.
We need to stop being so fucking lazy. And lazy, we're born lazy. We learned to work hard.
We gained work ethic. We're
right. Am I right about that?
Yes.
Some people are born with more motivation than others, but you have to be taught what it's like to work hard and what hard work actually is.
The only people born with motivation are Mexicans. I had to because of the group chat earlier. Don't take Jose's shovel.
You put that goddamn shovel down.
This is the only kind of people you could drive up to Home Depot. I've got a pool I'm building. Me and 3 of my friends are here, and we can have it done in 45 minutes.
All right, real quick. My neighbor, when he lived here, you've been by my neighbor's house. It's got that big rock wall there with the nice decorations around it.
Mm-hmm.
3 Venezuelans, with one guy running back and forth to the landscaping place, built that in 7 hours. The entire thing, from digging the holes to lay the foundation for the rocks, all of it, 7 fucking hours. If you hired Tom's Landscaping down the road, fucking
take 7 weeks.
It'd take 2 days with a crew of like 10 guys
and union fee. But
it just goes. It's like we're not born motivated. And we just do more and more things to make ourselves lazy. We doom scroll on our fucking phones. We sit around and watch stupid shit on television.
Okay, help me with that one, because I'm new to that buzzword, doom scroll.
Oh, it's just you spend hours upon hours just scrolling through your TikTok, your Instagram, your Facebook, your Flickr, whatever else, what other. So basically, you sit around for a very extended period of time, doom scrolling through every piece of social media that you have, or
And
you
then
have
send
access
us
to.
the reels. Yeah, we get it, Lynch. We know.
Correct. Correct. But you see, with me, it's in bursts of like an hour.
Yeah.
And that's
Mine's
usually
late. Mine's
at night
late.
when
Mine's late at night too.
mine's usually at bedtime when I'm trying to get myself fucking sleepy and I'm reading or listening to something boring.
Yeah, mine's
And
like
something
5
funny.
a.m.
Yeah.
And then I find something funny. But no, we can't fix what's wrong with the government until we fix ourselves. And that starts with us and at the state level, at the local level. We're kind of doomed with what hand we've been dealt here. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of guys like the three of us that have that kind of temperament and temperance to see the both sides and be willing to have a conversation, because I've posed these questions to people and they just don't want to talk.
Yeah, but I also think that's a crock of shit. I think every over 50 man and older man in every generation has said the same damn thing about every generation younger than them, and our parents said it, and our parents' parents said it, and our parents.
I've been saying it, dude. I've been saying this since my 20s.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're wrong because it's every generation says it, and you see where I'm going. It's just
but
just how old this is where like old conservative, and I'm not calling you a Republican. This is where old
How dare you?
I just wanted to make that clear. Just because you use the word,
you don't have to codify.
Well, no, it was. I do nowadays because the word conservative does not. I'm not using it as a derogatory word.
Remind me, I've got yes. Remind me.
We're older, and we tend to have
it's a
more
descriptor.
conservative thoughts because of our age. But every generation has also had the same gripe sitting around a garage or standing at a fence or at a tractor or wherever it was. Every generation does this, and they have it. So we all feel doomed because the world's going to go to shit. But here we are. It's 200 fuck. I'm sure Paul Revere's pop was like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
But I have data, and I have observations. I've been saying that since I was in my 20s. We have a generation of kids who can't work a full 8-hour day, refuse to work a full 40 hours. We have people who can't do basic household shit. It's not that you're right. Part of you is right. Every guy at 50 years old looks back and says, "Man, these kids don't know hard work." It's not that. It's that they're getting worse. If they'd stayed the same level, I'd be a little. It got noticeably worse.
I don't think they are. I think they're getting worse comparatively. Like it's in stages. It moves. Like specifically what can't they do?
They can't work a full. They refuse to work a full-time job.
All right, so
working over 20 hours a week is too hard.
Different view on employment, but
how are you going to survive?
That's for them to figure out. But that's
right.
That's the choice, and that I get.
But at the same time, they want for everything. You can't sit with your hand out and expect to get housing, expect to get food. It's a level of expectation. It's a level of
no.
I want. I think
you're expecting another generation to have the same drive, determination, and goals to the same target that you did, and we just can't. That's not possible.
But how can you at least? How can you? How can you be happy with yourself? Dude, when I
that's not for me to figure out. I'm not.
No,
them.
no. Just But just think about it. Us in our late teens and 20s, we didn't just have one job, right? We were doing hustling. We were probably working 2 jobs.
Yeah,
Papers in the morning, McDonald's in the evening and weekends. Yeah,
for
But
here and there,
right?
maybe.
Or you had a good paying job early, which is the case sometimes. When you budgeted like we did, you're not going to miss an hour of work. You can't afford to.
Yeah, but
because
I
even
also
just
thought there was kids that didn't work and kind of worked because it was like, just something for them to do, or it was the discount on the clothes they were getting. But mommy and daddy still fronted everything anyway. So there's all kinds of fucking holes in that shit. I'm just saying, I can rattle off and think of a dozen people that I knew that had jobs like at the mall, but they weren't supporting themselves. It was to pay some dumbass bill or for their shopping clothes. It wasn't like for real, like it was for us. My parents didn't have money till later. Oh, there he goes again.
See, you did it again. Fucking her ruins it for everybody.
My parents weren't poor, but they weren't. My parents weren't poor, but they weren't like really well off till later. But like that was just how it was. But then there was other parents that were in a better position when we were younger than my parents were, and those kids grew up completely different too. I think you've got what you have. I think, unfortunately, is Gen X. A lot of us made really decent money, and our kids didn't need to kill themselves and move the fuck out at 16 to support themselves. And because there was more money to be had earlier. We also are the kids that got left the fuck behind. So
I see that point 100% what you're saying, because by midway through my career at the casino, I was making more money than my father was. And that's scary, because when I was a young kid, I thought my dad made a lot of money. Comparatively to what I knew, we didn't have a lot. My mom worked 2 jobs. My dad worked 2-3 jobs to keep a roof over our heads and keep me clothed and fed. I mean, not too many kids can say that they didn't know when their next meal was going to be. I was one of those kids for a very short period of time.
Yeah, I mean, there was periods where food was tight.
Yes,
was tight.
Everything was tight.
I was not splurging, and things were tight. There was never a time where we were afraid of losing. Shit was just tight. I'm not sure how it's going to happen, and it just would, and you lucked out. And we all had that, but I went.
I don't know about you, but
well, and then I had after I had a slight regression with divorce and shit after, because my second wife and I progressed really far, really fast, and then when we split, it all kind of went to shit, and I had to kind of start over with Jen. But still, even throughout all of that, my kids went to just the money. Was I broke? Yeah. But I put I got 2 kids that went through private school.
Well, and it's a difference of your mindset as well.
Everybody's like, that's expensive. And I'm like, yeah, private school is expensive. But do you know what's even more expensive?
Bail.
Ignorance. And being stupid's way more fucking expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of this came up due to a conversation I had with my wife, and it's a situation where this young man, we both know, he's 25 going on 26-ish, still living at home in mom's basement with his girlfriend. But he's a smart. He's a smart kid, and I don't bash him. I don't bash him for
household, it. That guy, if that's an Italian household, that's just how that works. That kid lives there with his wife until the parents die, and
then they get the house,
and then they get and that's the cycle. I mean, that's the Italian cycle. You know what I mean? So
with limit, Peter, Peter, we're limiting you to 3 kids. Anything over 3, you're gonna have to find a new place. Your mom and I don't have all the rooms in the house that we could just give away to these kids.
Right. You get the house when they're done, you can do whatever you want to, but right now you got to hold off on 3 kids, bro.
That's right. Put a cork in it, tie it off, whatever you got to do.
But here's the part of this. He's moving out. Okay. Hasn't been really paid a lot of rent. His I'll tell you behind the scenes who the person is, and you'll understand. The mother makes pretty good money, has quite a bit of money in the bank from something that she got a windfall from. So he's got a significant amount of money in the bank. His girlfriend, who has lived there for 3 years, thought it was a really good time to quit both of her jobs at the same time without having a job lined up. In the process of moving to Groton to a $2,100 a month apartment. $2,100 a month. And she's unemployed. With no prospect of a job. Expecting him, who already works 3 jobs, to support them.
Okay, I have 2 questions.
Listen. There's more.
Okay, I'm putting my questions down.
She just bought a brand new car, a Mazda something or other. $35,000. Has never had insurance before on her own. She's 22 years old.
You answered question 2 already. Damn it.
So, instead of sucking it up and just dealing with the one job she actually liked, or even just the other one, which they cut her hours. She works at a restaurant. They cut her hours. Fucking just work the 15 hours at the restaurant as you're looking for another job before you decide to move into an apartment that's $2,100 a month. Brand new car payments. She's paying at least $700 for that. $750. Insurance is going to be enormous because she's never had her own policy on her own, and she's very young. Then there's rent, her half, however they work it out. So if you just the car insurance alone, let's say you're at $1,600 a month. That's an average income of a okay paid part-time job. She was working a full-time job and a well-paying part-time job. And when asked, I just need to find myself. Okay, you find yourself a job because you just decided with your boyfriend, who you've lived with for 3 years and not financially contributed at all, not one dime, living on his dime, you decide to quit both of your well-paying jobs in the process of moving to a $2,100 a month rent apartment in Groton with a brand new car payment and insurance, but you have no income. Make it make sense.
I can make it make sense.
Well, can I ask my question first?
Make sense right now.
Before you make it.
Huh?
What?
It makes sense. She's not 27 yet. Now it makes sense.
What does that have to do with the price of tea?
27 is the age that our brain actually stops making all of its fucking connections. Okay? So while you become...
You're talking about the prefrontal cortex.
Yep.
Yeah.
While you're doing all of your thing from 18 to 26, 27, all of those decisions are usually shit. And they start out really shitty and slightly get better as you approach 26, 27, because all of the synapses and the wiring is starting to fully do it. You unfortunately at her age, at 22, she's making some really shitty decisions, and they're really going to come to light in the next 5 years. And in those 5 years, those fucking horrible decisions at 21, 22 are going to finally figure the way out, and they will fully wire her brain. Unfortunately, that's how our shit works. She is smart enough to be dangerous to herself right now, and that's the problem with every 21, 22, 23-year-old. They really don't start getting smart till 25. That's the reason it was 26, 27 when you started to realize, yo, man, some of that real shit my pop was trying to tell me is really fucking making sense now. And then
No,
with kids right around that age, and then it all, but that literally that's why she's 22 and she's not.
I hear that argument
yet.
all the time, and I can agree with that. I hear that argument all the time on a lot of the stuff I watch about young kids.
I'm not saying
young kids in general.
I'm not saying it makes it all go away. I'm just saying that's literally the reason. They're still kind of you're still kind of stupid, and unfortunately, she's making dumb fucking decisions. And you're usually in a partnership at that point with someone else who's making dumb fucking decisions. And only through the grace of God and love and support can you get through it.
You got to stop making him quit.
I don't know what it's definitely not me.
It's not you. It's the wind.
You know what I mean? But unfortunately, that's the problem. And then you start putting that and you start mixing that like that they won't be together forever. They won't.
No, that's here's what this is what kills me is that he's in love. She treats him like shit. She's very disrespectful to the mother. Extremely disrespectful to the mother. Like even one of you guys that don't know this person, just what she says and what she says to the mother is super disrespectful. And I don't know.
I think I'm gonna take this question and I'm gonna turn it into a statement because it sounds like this young gentleman who's got this hooker face tramp that's making all these bad decisions, he's allowing it to happen.
I was gonna say, men are kind of dumb.
I understand that he's pussy love. That's where he is right now. It's pussy love.
It's the gash glow.
You know, and love makes people do dumb things. And
anybody who watching or goes back and watches, you can call me a fucking pig all you want. As a man who grew up from the ages of 16 to 26, 27 to 30.
Grown up yet, you just grown old.
Right. Wasn't pussy love or pussy blind once or twice in their life. I've done it. I was there. You love the access, you don't love the person. And that's a fucking really cold thing to say, and it's a disgusting thing to say, but people fall in love with dick and pussy. It's not the person.
I mean, there's always a more eloquent way to say something, but the truth is
elephant.
Eloquent.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that caught that.
I'll say it like an elephant.
The truth is, it's what I said. Love makes you do dumb things, and being young and in love and hormones, and we were all young and muscles were tight, skin was elastic, things worked well. You know what I mean? Like we were all in that early to mid 20s prime. Like everything was firing on all cylinders. Like
we were a machine.
I was gonna say it. Like you were a fucking machine. All right, and we all remember that time. But shit's gonna happen, and in the moment, and body parts are tight and look good and stuff, and
no, she don't look good.
Well, you're just making
she don't look good.
Yeah, but again, who are we to judge what someone else finds attractive?
One man's trash is another man's treasure, my friend.
I'm all for that. You know what I mean? I might not find somebody attractive, but there's somebody out there for everyone. But regardless of exterior appearance, like and for anybody,
we got a noob in the house,
not just a female.
Hello, we have a female in the comment section. Hello, Olivia. Chime in on the discussion, please.
What was I saying? Shit.
About one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was saying that as far as exteriors can be pretty, but a person's insides can also make you see them as unattractive, and it's a really weird thing that humans do. You can
I have a perfect case for that.
find somebody hot as fuck, and you discover something, and all of a sudden they're not that attractive anymore.
So there was a girl. There was a girl I went to college with. Who she was, wow. You look at her. Yeah, built. Look really good. And the minute she opens her mouth,
I was gonna say, then she opened her mouth.
ugly. Just an ugly person. Demeaning, demanding, intolerant, fucking privileged.
Mhm.
You can be a supermodel, and you say ugly words that come out of your mouth. I can't look at you.
Yeah, you're already ugly. And I don't want to get political. Go ahead, please. I'm sorry.
I think character plays into a lot of what you're attracted to.
Yes,
that's why people. That's why people are attracted to people that aren't genuinely conventionally attractive.
Yes. Olivia's in the comment section. She says she totally agrees. Everyone has a different type. Thank you for that. She also said happy birthday, Lynch. So,
thank you,
Olivia. Where are you from? Share that with us in the comment section. We like to know whether you're in Australia with Kahuna or in Vermont with Emma or wherever you are in these great United States.
Bermuda, Bahama.
Oh, good Christ!
I'm pretty. It's
that time? You know how I know you're old?
Because I sang that song.
Yes. If you had never, I don't want to.
We take a stabs like it's Olivia Zostin.
I'm not going to make this political, okay? But the first time I saw a picture of AOC, I thought that girl was knockout gorgeous.
She is a beautiful woman. She's a very beautiful
woman.
Her
voice annoys me. Some of the things she says, I've picked on her. Some of the things she says, I agree with. But she's got that. There's confidence. There's intelligence, and then there's that fuck you confidence where you think you're saying something smart, and it's not totally smart at all.
During the congressional hearing, when she was asking, I don't remember who it was, what crime did Joe Biden commit?
Robert Holman.
And he said, RICO? That's not a crime. Bitch, there's a whole fucking subcommittee about RICO. It is a crime.
They made movies about this, bitch.
And Tom Homan was like, what? When you say something like that prophetically stupid, no, you're not pretty anymore. You're just dumb.
I mean, she is pretty, but again, like you and her both said,
it was a one-word thought, and I know what she meant, and we all know what she meant, but it required a few more words.
Yes.
It required the other words other than RICO is there are several cases of RICO statutes being broken here. Blah. It just.
But she said out loud, RICO is not a crime.
And overspeaks, and sometimes she doesn't speak enough.
Right.
Finish your thought, sweetheart.
Yeah, I wish for one moment she took a deep breath, got out of that. Look, I'm not going to go into where she's from, if she's really from the Bronx. I don't care where she's from. If you're doing it, just do your job, okay? Just do your damn job. But if she took a deep breath and went the opposite way, and look, both sides, I can say the same thing about AOC that I can say for our president. Speak less, say more. Now you're looking at me like, what?
Well,
like I just made the brain fart of the century. No.
Well, when you say make it mean something.
Exactly. Say more with those words.
Well, speak to me, not at me.
Correct.
Right, and that's the problem. We don't talk to each other. We speak at each other. I try to
talk to people all the time. Lynch, you're there half the time when I'm doing this to people.
But that's the problem. With police, with the government, with our politicians, with the presidency. We talk at America. We talk at citizen, but we don't listen. Part of your job as being a cop is to listen and gather, collect some data to make an informed constitutional decision. Same thing with politicians. Listen to your constituents.
It's the wind.
Listen to them. Sound decision. Everything you do in this fucking world is based on the Constitution.
Gotcha. I'm with you. Look, and I've said it before about my dad. You know, as a cop, he had to listen, collect information, whether he was a patrolman or a detective. If he and his, not only on the Norwich Police Department, but the surrounding areas didn't share information, collect information, listen and look, Michael Ross would still be out there. That was a great collective effort, and they got him.
That man stood in my fucking house.
I know. I still can't believe that story.
Crazy. Anyway, but yeah, it's like one common thing. And
what if you and I had this conversation once in your garage, just shooting the shit? People don't listen to collect information anymore. They listen to react because they want that. They want that gotcha moment.
Well, exactly. They're looking to poke the big holes. Well, take what you just read and apply it to how your train of thought is, and can you pick anything out of that makes sense to you? If not, okay. But then let's talk about it. This is why I feel X, and this is why you feel Y. Okay, common ground.
I've got the perfect example.
If you can't come to have a common ground, at least have common understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not going to find
perfect example.
You're never going to find anybody, a pair of any people that are always going to find common ground on a topic, on a situation, on an issue. Sometimes it just doesn't happen.
Yep, there was something that came up a couple months ago, and I had said something, and the last person who I thought was going to give me, hey, I hear what you're saying, but this is where you need to be looking because this is where the facts are. It was this asshole right over here in the group chat. He said, what you're saying is not wrong. And I'm paraphrasing what you said, Herman. I don't even remember. I'm not going back through 700 fucking topics a day. He's like, I understand what you're saying and you're on the right track. Look over here. Take this piece of knowledge because this is where you're going wrong. And I didn't bitch and I didn't throw a fit and I didn't put my phone in the toilet and flush it and say, fuck Herman, kiss my dick and stick it down your mouth and suck it. I went, click, read whatever he sent me. I'm like, you're absolutely right. My mistake. More of that.
But is that where it started? Is that where it started with Satan going, fuck this place, I quit? Seriously, how beautifully does that
Boomerang Jones?
How beautifully does that tie together?
It does. It does.
It's like are we born with this instinct and we have to work it out of ourselves?
I'm staring to my left at a big ass Bible that used to belong to my grandmother. I've read the whole thing. I've got a Bible upstairs. I have a Bible in my car. Read them all. Slightly different variations. Premise is the same. Story is the same. Message is the same. Herm is right. It's never been addressed. And I would love to know that those two things, what drove Lucifer, Satan, whatever you want, Beelzebub, yada, yada, yada. Whatever you want to call but we'll stick with Satan.
Well, he was unhappy about a decision that God had made.
Sure, but what was the conversation? Like you said,
what was
the impetus? What was the
I mean? Like, I can understand where Lucifer did it because I understand what his issue with God is. That's easy, all right. That you can actually read that book and read find an Old Testament and you can actually see that. They'll talk about that and
they'll talk about it
from heaven thing. There's a whole lot of words about it.
Yes,
but all right. So the story's good. Satan just said, fuck this, and Lucifer, and I'm out, and I'm leaving. That part I can totally get. It's everybody else that went with him that I wonder, it was brought up, that was the thought that was, and the pondering.
Okay, let me see if I can rephrase your question. What charisma did he bring?
Right,
like he could take a third of heaven.
What knowledge or facts did he drop that they was like, fuck this, we're out of here too.
We with him,
literally, like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, and that's the conversation I want to hear.
Would have to drop at work. Be like, no, man, they fucking us here. Here's how it is. Here's the numbers. And it starts spitting out numbers. And here's the truth. Here's the truth. And you'd all have to have, somebody would have to have some crazy fucking heinous shit that they've all done. And everybody, you know what? You're right. Fuck this. But that part of the discussion is never fucking held in the Bible. It's just that he took them motherfuckers with him. So what swapped them on the moment? That's the conversation I want to be the fly on the wall for. What did this nigga say to make them people, you know what? Fuck this place, we have too. That is such a crazy idea. Like, holy crap, what'd
you do to him?
You know,
what is it? Me?
Hey, ChatGTP. What do you think Lucifer said to get all them motherfuckers to leave heaven with him? Like that. I'm like,
we did that question once. If you could go back in time, what moment in time would you want to go back to? That would be a good moment in time to go back to.
Fantastic.
There's another moment. Like, what moment in time? Well, according to the Bible, I would like to be there when Lucifer stood on his soapbox at the union meeting and talked everybody into going on strike right then and there.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
What did that motherfucker say to make everybody? They didn't just go on strike. They went to work for another company.
What was in the meeting?
Right? What the hell? Somebody got the minutes on that meeting, man. What is the minutes?
Anybody got a list? Anybody got lists anywhere?
For real?
You got a list? Can I see
here
it?
we go with the list.
I was going to say it's right next to the Epstein list.
You got a list? Because I want to see it.
There's a tape of that conversation on my desk.
Can we? Can we take a moment? After Lynch makes his point.
Let me just say this. I am so fucking done with the Epstein list at this point.
Not yet. Come wake something to say.
No,
come wake me. Come wake me up. Wake me up when there's actually something that can be proven, which will be never.
Yep.
Because at this point, it's just it's like it's the MacGuffin. It's the government MacGuffin. Like what was in Marcellus Wallace's suitcase when they opened it? The glow. Was it his soul? Is that where the Epstein list is? It's in Marcellus Wallace's fucking briefcase, isn't it? From Pulp Fiction. Wake me up when you got something. Go ahead, Chris.
My point on the Epstein list is twofold. One I brought up a couple weeks ago is shut up, Herm. One is one I brought up a while ago. If there was anything that could have been used against DJT, you know that information would already be out there. But my second point and more important point is against the Trump administration. And the finger has to point at the Trump administration. You made promise after promise after promise after promise. We're going to release the list. We're going to do this. We're going to get all the information. The list is here. The list is not here. I ate the list. I sold the list.
It was a voting tipping point during his campaign.
Between that and the immigration, those were the two hot topics.
He's going to release the list and he's going to get rid of the illegals. And I don't know how many people I heard start with those two fucking things and then rattle off anything else that they thought was important. And that
I said it a month ago. You ran on that promise.
Mm-hmm.
You dumb son of a bitch. You fucking retarded person.
He doesn't know when to shut up.
I'm going to get offensive and fucking vulgar here.
And they don't shut him up now. And that's the thing. The first time they tried to shut him up, and now they don't not shut him up. They all look at him googly-eyed and they regurgitate whatever he wants them to say.
There's
even less of a check for him now.
I have absolutely zero fucking respect for the MAGA movement and what they do and all this other bullshit. Just as little respect as I have for the ultra left. Those two parties can go fuck themselves sideways. Whatever. Hash it out. Go fuck yourselves in a fucking bread box somewhere.
Well,
I don't care.
It's starting to feel very much like for me, they've always felt like a crock of shit, like the "don't tread on me" people.
Exactly. I said that 2 fucking years ago, and I was told no, two totally different things.
MAGA. Well, then
then you're ultra Republican.
You're the fucking problem.
Yes,
and we don't need you, and we don't need the ultra left.
Because
I'd like regular Republicans, and I'd like regular Democrats.
That's the problem we have. But those motherfuckers.
I literally have considered becoming a Democrat, literally lately, and registering that way strictly for the purpose of showing that this is how an actual Democrat can speak. This is exactly how a Democrat can think. Okay, I want my gay married people to protect the pot plants at their house with guns, and that's my Democratic fucking platform. If you want to go that fucking route,
I'll stand right next to you, because you know what, I feel the same fucking way.
That way, because there is no center left anymore.
Correct. And as someone who walked away from the Democrat Party in 2013, not because I hated what I was seeing in the future. I saw the rot starting to happen. And it wasn't like you said. I'll use Fetterman as an example. It wasn't the Fetterman Democrats that ruined it. It was like the Ilhan Omar and the Jackie Crockett's and the Bernie Sanders that ruined it. I could see this rot coming. I would still stand shoulder to shoulder with a Democrat if one ran for mayor in my town, and Swarnjit Singh is running for mayor in Norwich. A very nice man, just a complete sweetheart, and he has the best intentions for this town. And I told him, I said, everything you've told me, I now have to go and listen to the other side, because when our mayoral election comes up, I'm going to want to know who to vote for. I can't just vote for you because I know you. That's a bad vote. And I said the same thing to Bob Stefanowski. I can't just vote for you because I know you. I have to hear your platform. And one of the questions I always ask the Republicans is, are you getting what you voted for? And some of them say yes, and some of them say no. And the blind go, he's doing everything right.
Right. Exactly.
Now, on the other side, I ask, what was the thing in Kamala Harris's platform that you liked the most? You can't answer that because she didn't have a fucking platform. It was a referendum on I'm not Trump. That's why she lost. She could have given 3 really good points, and I might have gone, I could vote for her. But neither one of them gave me anything I wanted, so I wrote in my vote.
Well, I could back the women's rights fight that side was willing to take.
But she gave you nothing that she was going to do.
All I said was that I could back that particular concept push and with her. That you know what I mean? Like that was. I felt, and I also thought that maybe women's rights could be a little more progressive and solidified to what I would think to what I considered the good with that direction, where I felt the other side, and that was I've said it before, protecting women's rights on body and just women's rights in general was more my voting item this past election.
I'm not going to. I'll link you, Herm. I'll tag you in this conversation because I correctly pointed out, and Lynch will back me up on this. When I hear the term reproductive rights, I laugh because you have reproductive rights. You have the right to reproduce. No one's taking it away. What they're speaking of is bodily autonomy, which I agree with to an extent. You would not skydive without a parachute. That's just called suicide. If you are a woman, and here's how I broke this. This is how people ask me, oh, I can't believe you'd say this. What do you say to your daughter? I'll give you exactly what I said to my daughter. Emma, if you want to do this, fine. It's inevitable. If you don't want to be a mother, protect yourself. If you can't find something to protect yourself, if it goes against your body's chemistry, yada yada yada, make sure he protects himself. And if I would say to the young man, if you don't want to be a father, Protect yourself. This isn't a one-sided issue, but it's been made into a one-sided issue. Now, I'm not going to go into the abortion thing. We've talked about it ad nauseum. I'm pro-life to an extent. I don't necessarily believe that if you have a child in you that is a product of rape, incest, no, you should go and make a decision that is best for you. Okay? If you go fuck the football team, eat shit. It's not a get out of jail free card. Go fuck yourself. And carry that child. You made a choice. You used your reproductive rights. Your bodily autonomy is a different thing. Nobody should tell you what you can and cannot do with and to your body. But when you've made that choice, you've already crossed the line. You've made a choice. I can't rob a liquor store and go, oh, wait, I don't feel like I should go to jail. Let me give this money back.
No, you already committed the crime.
Correct.
No, but Herm, you said something pretty profound there, and I think I kind of really agree with you. That would be a very interesting thing if it happened, is that a Republican like me went back to the Democratic Party, because this is what a Democrat used to be like. Right? I mean, right now...
do the same thing.
You, Burns, said the rot within the Democratic Party back 12 years ago. Well, guess what? The rot is now in the Republican Party. MAGA is an infestation of rotten people.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The ultras on both sides.
Everything is cyclical. It's going. It was the left. Now it's back onto the right.
I got to be honest. The whole deplorables word is very, very, very applicable to just a whole group now.
I agree. I fucking agree 100%.
And it's kind of fucked up. They were mad about it, but they just kind of became it. I don't. It's just, they're just horrible. It's just horrible. That whole Republican Party is just. I would be embarrassed if I was a Republican, just based on just constitutionality, and the way they're just shit they're trying to pull.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Here's my example, and I find this to be funny. We are 7 months post-election. After these elections, if you have a bumper sticker, look, I get it. It's hard to take a bumper sticker off your car. I still see Hillary Clinton bumper stickers out there, and that was almost 10 years ago. Okay, I get it. Why are you still flying Trump flags outside of your home?
Like, literally, you're like advertising where to start the fire. Like,
if the far left wanted to do something shitty to you,
literally,
Mr. Trump MAGA person,
burn anything with anybody's yard with a Trump flag tomorrow at 7 p.m. That's all the mass text would have to take.
Once the election ended, take your flags down. If you want to hang them in your house, in your man cave, if you want to put it in your garage, feel free. But I should not drive by a home with a flag. Get this. One house I drove by recently still had the 2020 flag.
Oh, dude, there's a house out on the boulevard. He's got lights out there at night. He lights those flags up like they're American flags. He has Trump campaigns from both campaign runs.
All three.
On his fence, mounted to his shit. And he's got Trump flags. It is literally like, I'm like, wait to let everybody know that that's where the crazies live.
You bring it up,
buddy. He shows the fuck up there on Halloween, regardless of how big the candy bars are.
Right.
You bringing up the flag kind of brings up another point I was thinking about, is how people are now looking at the American flag and they just immediately associate it with MAGA. And those type of people, no, listen, I can kind of there's an inkling of truth in that, because it's those type of people who fly
that flag waving thing.
They fly that flag side by side with the American flag, and they think what they're doing is what America should be, and that scares me too.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I am all about fair, equal, and all that other good happy horseshit. Everybody should be able to do what they want to do within reason. It doesn't do any harm to anybody else and doesn't break any fucking laws. But when either side, the left or right, cheer, and our cheerleaders promoting harmful, hurtful, cheering deaths of people, celebrating them, that's disgusting.
You show your ass at that point.
And the left is guilty of it as well as the right.
Absolutely. And
those are the people who just need to evaporate on the vine and let us go back to being the country we're supposed to be.
That brings me to a quick point before we shut down, and it goes exactly to what you're saying. On the right, the far right, the MAGA right, when they overuse and beat the shit out of the term woke, everything they don't like is woke. You're woke. You're this. You're that. You're woke.
Yeah, basically.
And on the other side, it's Nazi.
They've completely turned it into basically anything that you don't agree with them on. You're woke.
Yeah, and on the other side, it's Nazi.
Or fascist.
Right. So basically what I'm saying is anything that's not kind of racisty and maybe a little overbearing and maybe not nice behavior. So all right. So like being kind and listening and maybe
doing what we're doing here
is woke behavior. Well, if that's the case, MAGA people, I'm okay with that.
I'll go to the other side since you took that way.
Then I'll go. I'll say it right now. Then I'm woke as fuck.
Yep. And I'm gonna take the opposite side, and I'm sure you're going to agree. If I just don't blindly get in line and toe the line of the quote unquote kind and tolerant, hate has no home here unless you say something that pisses me off. I'm not a Nazi, and I don't think there are many Nazis here in America. We've kind of knocked that neo-Nazi bullshit down, although they still exist. You're taking the power away from the word. If you'd have called somebody a Nazi 10 years ago, those are fighting words. You call somebody a Nazi today, it's because a far leftist thinks, you don't agree with me, you're an asshole. You must be this. And I see it from the other side. Herm made the best point about the word woke and the MAGA side. And the far left likes to use the word Nazi like it's a comma, when it's not true at all. Just because I don't agree with a far left Democrat doesn't make me a Nazi. Because I'm as pro everything as you can get.
Well, and I'm going to blow your mind with a little science here, too, because both the far left and the far right, and what I just said before, when they should just dry in the vine, that's a fascist statement. Those are fascist statements. Something can be true and false at the same fucking time. Yes, the extreme right and extreme left are dangerous. Right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. So, them saying the other shouldn't exist is a fascist statement.
It's not kind and tolerant to want to wipe out the other side.
And it's also not the Republican message. It never should be the message of any politician or anyone to deliver violence and hate and death and wish that upon them and be happy about it when it happens. But let's go back 30 years. This whole Sydney Sweeney thing. 30 years ago, we'd have laughed. Everyone would laugh. Everyone would laugh. Because we weren't so worried about the far right and far left to the extreme where it is now didn't really exist. That hate wasn't there. It was just simmering. Now, you take a simple joke or a pun, and it has to be something. Let it be at its surface. It's an advertisement to sell jeans. And guess what, ultra left? Your fucking rage about it helped them sell $450 million worth of product, and their stocks went up.
Same thing went from the other side when Dylan Mulvaney was Bud Light, and their stock dropped. Know your audience.
Exactly. We're never going to see eye to eye on every single thing in the planet. I get it. Not know two people. That's not going to happen. Not even between the three of us do we agree on certain things. But you know what? Sometimes you just got to put that shit aside and operate in society and not be so fucking stupid and dangerous. And what's happening now is it starts, as you said, in the home. And then you get people who want to be a cop, who got picked on and made fun of in school. They put a badge and a gun on them and they think they're fucking John Wayne. And they just toss people around and break the Constitution. And then you have these lawmakers and these politicians and these politicians.
Usually the bullies that were bullying those kids that become the cops.
And I've noticed it lately, within the last 10 to 15 years, it's the other way. It's the little scrawny guys who are the assholes. Because there's a lot of them down south and out west. But yeah, it's a trickle up thing. It trickles up to the politicians. If you're going to just make policies or think you're going to make policies and just make blanket statements that go against the constitutional rights of the people that you serve, fuck you. Fuck you very much. Go back to school or whatever it is you got to do to figure it the fuck out. And just play by the guidebook. Your guidebook is the Constitution.
Or watch Dysfunction Junction and learn how three grown men who have slightly different feelings about just about every fucking topic we speak on have a rational conversation for 90 minutes, and we don't call each other bullshit names. Except retard. We like the word retard.
We do.
Yeah, the current administration says you can say that now, so it's.
Oh, right. Do they? I didn't know that.
It's okay.
I think so.
Has that been green lighted?
I mean, who do you think's gonna? I mean, let's ask Hegseth. I mean, come on.
Has Hegseth said that?
I don't know, but I mean, I don't.
I know Trump has. Well, Trump.
I know Trump said it that way.
Trump is proving Jeff Foxworthy right. He says you can't.
The president leads. I just follow, baby.
Right. Jeff Foxworthy used to say, you can't call somebody a redneck unless you are one, and I are one. Maybe that's what Trump is doing. He's calling people retarded because he is, in fact, fucking retarded.
Have you guys been watching South Park?
I saw a bit. I
have been watching some South Park, but the episode I liked was the episode I watched recently where Cartman said, what did he say it?
Make it quick. We got 2 minutes.
The problem isn't that someone called the president a motherfucker. The problem is that this motherfucker is president.
He went full Alex Jones on his ass.
You guys have to watch both the episodes that have been released. They're fucking hilarious.
I will, and
it's spot fucking on.
Somebody said something the other day that I really, really want to get out there before we go about South Park is that, I've seen the clips. They're making fun of Trump. They're making fun of Vance. They're making fun of Charlie Kirk. They're doing this. But they're doing what they've done for years. They're not necessarily making fun of them, but they are. They're making fun of us, the people.
No,
they're putting the mirror up.
And this is the caricatures that we've become.
Exactly, and they've been doing it since they started that show in the late 90s.
Well, the thing is that the characters that because nobody ever has their name. It's recognizable.
Yes,
you know who that fucking is. And they make the voice sound real close, but it's the
teeth. The teeth got me on Charlie Kirk.
Yes, yeah. Look, he's fucking looking like chiclets out in that motherfucker.
And I like Charlie. Look, that was funny shit.
Is that you could legitimately hear whatever it is coming out of that character on the TV's mouth coming out of the real person. It's that so far off that you'd be like, he'd never say that. You'd be like, that motherfucker probably said that yesterday.
The best clip I saw was Cartman not mentioning Charlie Kirk by name, but saying, hey, basically saying, you stole my gimmick.
Yes.
Because that was Cartman for 30 years. It's like, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say some subversive shit, and you're not going to like it.
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Exactly.
Respect.
It would be it would be fucking epic if they brought Steven Crowder in, though.
I hate that guy. Fuck him.
It would be epic, though.
That guy is the douchiest of all douches.
He was an okay stand-up comic who got real political, and yeah. He makes some good points, but not a lot.
All I'm going to say, we talked about Fetterman a couple weeks ago. You know, we got 3.5 more years of this crazy circus to go on. If we don't get Fetterman, can we get fucking Bill Maher to run for president?
You know what? I'd vote for
on
Bill.
The Democratic side.
I'd vote for Bill in a heartbeat.
I'd go back to being a Democrat and vote twice.
He's not afraid of calling out his own party.
Bingo. We need more of that.
Gavin, you guys have probably grown, but Newsom has been on very much on, aside from doing his Democrat thing against the Republicans, has very much been very vocal about how the Democratic Party is.
He has, but I'm thinking, and this is just me, I might be wrong, but this is how I view it. I think it's performative at this point.
I've seen a couple of really good interviews, and he's answered some questions with Bill Maher really well.
We probably watch the same thing.
And I'm not saying I'd vote for him. What I'm saying is I liked what I saw. Some development wouldn't be bad, but there are some people out there. Fetterman is the same way, that are calling out their party. I believe the whole party needs to be called out. It needs to be shook up.
I'm gonna make a closing statement about Gavin Newsom.
Mm-hmm.
Look who he represents. He gave the people what they wanted,
and it's turning the state into shit.
He gave the people what they wanted. That was his job. He did his job.
He did do his job.
He gave the people what they fucking wanted.
Gave them exactly what they wanted, and now they're mad because it's not how they thought it was gonna be. It's very similar to a Trump thing. I saw
in the Gavin Newsom.
Tell them, you asked for all this, and I gave it to you.
Mm-hmm. I saw an interview.
If Trump came out with that, it'd be a completely look. You asked for all this, I gave it to you. Shut up. And that's the way Newsom has handled it. You asked for all of it. Shut the fuck up. Now you're bitching and moaning. Now we got to turn shit around.
I saw an interview with him. Not with Bill Maher, but with another outlet, that he basically said that.
Yep,
I've been watching him. I've been watching him for the last couple of years.
Yep, you didn't want any of the programs that I championed. You wanted your own shit changed your way, and now we need to change it to the shit that I championed.
Yep. So I think he's very capable of doing the job.
I'm going to need more convincing, but he does. We talked about Newsom some weeks ago, and I'm like, I had listened to a couple of his interviews. I started listening to his podcast. He's kind of going more center, which I like.
He does,
which is fine by me.
He's holding
all the Ronald Reagan boxes for like, he speaks well. He's handsome.
But his core beliefs, his core Democrat beliefs, are still in place, which is good. You're not abandoning. You're not pulling the Joe Biden card. I'm totally a moderate, and you're not. He's not pulling the Trump card. Funny to say Trump card, but I'm totally this, and you're not. Gavin Newsom has potential. I'm going to listen to more.
Nope. Word. I agree. All right. Happy birthday to me, motherfuckers.
Yes. Happy birthday, you old fuck.
Word.
2 more days. August 14th.
All right. Make a wish real quick. Pull that cake back up before we go. I want you to make your wish live and in living color, baby, right here on the Dysfunction Junction.
My size is extra large gift cards.
Yeah, you're getting a Joe Hendry t-shirt.
Heard size extra large gift cards. That's awesome.
I think my commission dropped in my check this week. I think I'm going to buy me a new computer.
Oh,
there you go.
That's nice. Very nice.
Yep, I'm going to build one myself.
Oh, I got some time to go. See ya.
Bye.
Go to New Egg.
Lynch, at your age, to blow out the candles, if you need to do it in 2 breaths, it's completely acceptable. Your wish will still be granted.
Oh, nice.
It's in the handbook. I just read it because I turned 53 in a couple months.
Excellent.
I just wish that I don't shit my pants all the time.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
No.
have a good night.
Good
I
luck.
feel a little gassy right now.